Call with your questions now at 855-LAW-SHOW, 855-529-7469. Watch live at thelawshow.com. Now, here's America's personal injury attorney, Brian Dailey.
Welcome back once again to The Law Show. I am America's personal injury attorney, Brian Dailey, broadcasting live from the National Law Show studios on News Talk 760 WJR, as I do every single Sunday at 11 a.m., answering all your legal questions at 855-529-7469. That's 855-LAW-SHOW. You can email your questions to questions@thelawshow.com. You can text them to keyword Law Show at 46786. I want you to, if you will, please, I'm asking you for a favor, go to Facebook and like our page, and I'd like you to follow us at The Law Show on Twitter. And if you have an Android phone, I'd like you to download the Android Law Show app. Then there's really no reason why you can't get in touch with me. The show is on from 11 to noon on Sunday on News Talk 760 WJR. But we also answer questions 24 hours a day. All you have to do is call 855-LAW-SHOW. That's 855-529-7469. If you're near a computer, or if you're going to be near a computer, you can tune in to The Law Show right now and see us live video streaming. You'll see yours truly on the internet answering legal questions at thelawshow.com. Just tune into thelawshow.com and click on the Watch Live video, and you will see me answering your questions right now. A couple of things I want to mention. I want everybody to remember that you don't have an endless amount of time to bring your legal claims. There is something called the statute of limitations, and if you don't bring it within the statute of limitations, then you will be forever barred. So in order to make a decision whether or not you actually want to get involved in litigation, you need to sit down with a lawyer who won't charge you an initial consultation fee like the lawyers of the Dailey Law Firm to find out what you've got and whether or not you've got a lawsuit and what's the upside of it, what's the downside of it, what is the maximum value you can expect, how long is it going to take, what kind of impact it's going to have on your life. So you have all the decisions, all the information you need to make the decision whether or not you want to get involved in litigation. Litigation is not an easy thing to get involved in. It's very adversarial. It's very difficult. It takes a little piece of everybody away that you can never get back. It's time you can never get back. So you got to be real careful about deciding, do you really want to get involved in litigation? So meet with a lawyer like the lawyers at the Dailey Law Firm. Find out which statute of limitation is. Find out all the other information you need to make your decision, and then make your decision. You can call right now, 855-LAW-SHOW, and we're answering legal questions at 855-529-7469. Tom, you're on the Law Show.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm fine, thank you. What can I do for you?
I'm wondering about an insurance claim.
Okay.
I have damage to a home, and I'm wondering if I actually have to fix the home after making the claim, or can I keep the money, and as long as I don't try to claim the same damage again, do I have to actually fix it?
It really depends on what the policy says and what your insurance adjuster is willing to do. But if you have the right to make a claim and recover the value of that loss, then theoretically you can do anything with that money that you want. You have hit on a very important thing. You want to make sure that you don't ever claim that same loss again, because that would be considered insurance fraud, and insurance companies get very testy about insurance fraud, except in one circumstance, and that's when they commit insurance fraud. I've been practicing law for almost 30 years, and I can tell you right now that insurance companies commit fraud and dishonesty and deceit every single day in the name of collecting the almighty dollar. And so you don't want to do what they do. They don't ever get prosecuted. The individuals who make the insurance claims that are fraudulent get prosecuted all the time. So you want to be real careful about that. What is the damage to your home, Tom?
It was burst pipe that kind of destroyed a ceiling, walls, and floor.
Why would you not want to fix it?
Because I believe the claim will be of value more than I could actually sell the house for, and I was just going to try to donate the house as is.
Okay. Well, that's not always easy to do. And if you're going to try to do that, you want to make sure and get a lawyer to help you fill out the paperwork properly, because you can't just do a quick claim deed and avoid all your responsibility. They're still going to send you the tax bills, okay?
Right.
If you need more help, call Justin Grove in my office at 855-LAW-SHOW. He'll help you out with that, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for calling the Law Show. We're going to continue answering your legal questions at 855-529-7469. We're going to talk to David now. David, you're on the Law Show.
Hello, how are you?
Fine. What can I do for you?
Okay, I live in Waterford, Michigan, and they have a code ordinance where if you grow weeds too tall, they are, somebody can file a complaint, they send somebody out to look at it, and according to their documentation, they're saying that they're supposed to, in the event that they see something that they don't like, they will apprise the owner that there's a growth that they don't like, and then unless you take care of it within 10 days, they will have those weeds cut.
Right, and then send you a big bill.
Right. Well, I received the notification that somebody had filed a complaint when I received my winter tax bill in December.
Okay.
And they clearly didn't cut the weeds in December.
Okay.
So essentially, the problem I have is that they never notified me that they had a problem.
Who never notified you?
The township.
So are you saying that they sent you a bill for cutting the weeds in your December?
Yes.
And
yes.
They never cut the weeds?
Oh no, they cut the weeds, but there was no notification that there was a problem.
Okay. Here's what you have to do. You have to go down to the township or city offices, right, and look at the file and find out where they sent the notice and that kind of thing. You can probably get some consideration, but they're never going to let you out of paying for cutting your weeds, okay?
Oh, no, I understand. And I've already paid it. I mean, the winter tax bill was due in February. I just paid it.
Okay.
What's to prevent them from... And the weeds in question were actually milk weeds that I planted 15 years ago, and they've kind of spread around the yard, but I meticulously mow around them because it attracts monarch butterflies and other butterflies.
Go down to the city offices, take a dozen donuts with you, talk to the people down there and say, listen, I'm not a lawbreaker, I'm not a scofflaw, and I didn't get notice. Now, maybe it's because it didn't get to my house, or maybe it was the wrong address. I'm not blaming you folks. I came down to make friends and then give them the donuts and just say, hey, listen, if anybody complains, you could just call me. Would you have just somebody call me, please? And maybe you could let me know who complained so I could, go make peace with them and take them a dozen donuts too. A dozen donuts goes a long way to resolving a lot of legal issues. I'm not kidding you. It really it helps a lot. You catch more bees with donuts than you do with vinegar. All right?
Right.
Well, thanks for calling the Law Show. Huh?
Okay, when I called and talked to them on the phone, they said, we don't send out notices anymore.
Well, then you got something to deal with there. I don't think they can... That's a taking, but what did they charge you for cutting the weeds?
$100.
It's not worth pursuing. Just keep the weeds cut. Thanks for calling the Law Show. We're going to continue answering your legal questions at 855-LAW-SHOW. That's 855-529-7469. We're going to talk to Mike now. Mike, you're on the Law Show.
Hi, Brian.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Hey, we've got a cottage up north. It's not on the lake, but it's off the lake. And I'm like 67, my wife's 65. And we want to turn over ownership to my daughter.
Okay.
And I want to know what's the proper instrument and with tax implications and protect them, protect us kind of thing.
Right.
And her husband.
How do you own the property right now? Is it joint tenancy with you and your wife?
That is true.
Okay. And do you want to get rid of it completely? You no longer want any ownership of it?
Yeah, we're concerned we're getting older and just pass it on to them, make sure they get it. And, down the road if we get sick and that Medicaid thing and all that stuff.
I think what you would want to do is you'd want to do a quit claim deed to them. You don't want to do a sale transfer. You want to do a family transfer because there's some taxes you can avoid and things like that. You only have to be concerned about a 5-year look back with Medicaid. And if what you're telling me is that you really need to be concerned about that, then I'm going to tell you, you probably have more issues than just this piece of property. And you should probably get in for a complete review to determine everything that you need to do from an estate planning standpoint. And we do that in our office. But, in Michigan, we've got hundreds and thousands of lawyers who are really, really good at estate planning. So it doesn't need to be us. We hope you come to us, but it can be anybody else. Just sit down with them and talk to them about what you really need to do and make that a part of your estate plan, okay?
Okay.
And once you figure out what your estate plan is, then the paperwork that you need to transfer the property will be evident, and then you can just go ahead and do that, okay?
Okay, great. Thanks, Brian.
Well, thanks for calling the Law Show. We're going to continue answering your legal questions at 855-529-7469. That's 855-LAW SHOW. And we're going to talk to Steve now. Steve, you're on the Law Show.
Hi, Brian. Thanks for your show. I appreciate what you guys do.
Thank you. What can I do for you?
You're welcome. I have a trust, and in that trust, I have my IRAs and everything.
Yep.
So I'm looking around to buy my daughter a house, and looks like I might have to pay cash. So when we go to closing, should I leave it in my name and put it in my trust? Should I put it in both of our names, or just give it to her? She's a single mom with a significant other, and they're not married.
It really just depends on how you and your daughter want to structure this. If it's going to be her house and it's in your name, when you pass away, then what's going to happen is it's going to go through probate. You don't really want that to happen.
No.
You could do a joint tenancy thing with you and your daughter, and then it would pass on your death upon filing of your death certificate. But here again, as with the last caller, Mike, it sounds like you need more of an estate plan. You need to sit down and talk about what are your end-of-life issues or your desires, and put those down on paper and meet with somebody to talk to them about that so that you are on board with everything that needs to be done. I'm assuming that you're concerned about the significant other obtaining any ownership in the house until he is married to your daughter. Is that somewhat true?
Well, no, but you never know. I like the guy. He's a great guy. They have a child in common, and she has a child from another person.
Yep.
But I just want to take care of her, and then I have no more stress in my life. None.
I don't blame you, and I think it's a good idea, and I think that you should get into a good estate planning lawyer. We have one in our office, but there's lots of them in Michigan, and sit down and talk with them or us about what are your goals and what you want to do. You can come into our office, and we don't charge you for the amount of time that you spend with us going over what are your goals and what are your desires in terms of your estate plan, okay? Lots of lawyers will.
Right.
We don't. We never do. Call us at 855-LAW-SHOW during the regular week, and we will talk to you, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thanks for calling the Law Show. We're going to continue answering all your legal questions at 855-LAW-SHOW. After we come back from these few important messages, I am America's personal injury attorney, Brian Dailey, broadcasting live from the Law Show studios on News Talk 760. This is the Law Show. This is where you call to get your legal answers. I've got them. It's 855-LAW-SHOW. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.